Hello guys. So today my friend asked me to solve one of the question. He suggested me to do this question 438 and the question is find all anagrams in a string. Okay, so let's go to the question without wasting any time. Mm, okay. It's taking so long to open it. Yeah, it's open. So it is a medium question and there are so much likes, so it must be good and it's in under top 500 question. Um, okay, it's a really good question. Then okay, let's try it then. Given a string S and a non-empty string P, find all start indices of P's anagrams in S. So what is an anagram? Yeah, anagrams we can say like if there is a number ABC, okay, then CAV. So these both are called anagrams because these have same number of same letters used, but they are jumbled. So these are anagrams. So string, let's okay. There's always lowercase. It's always lowercase. And the maximum size will be 20,100 K. So 2 into 10 to the power 4. So we have to do it in order of n log n. Okay. So our first test case is CBA, EBA, BACD, and ABC. So ABC, here we found ABC. Okay, output. Okay, so what we have to return? Oh, so we have to find the anagram of we have to find ABC in here. So we have found this. Okay, anagrams. First anagram is here, then another is here. Cool. Now the another thing we have to do is this is starting at 0th index. This is starting at like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. The another anagram is starting at 6th index. Okay. So every time I have to return the indices, yeah, 0, 1, okay, yeah, see, it's 0, AB, yeah, let's take the example. Okay, so our question is related to anagrams. The string is ABAB, this is ABAB, and our pattern is AB. Okay, now what we have to do is find anagrams of AB in here and then return the indices. So we will check at 0th index. We found that okay, AB, this is an anagram. Cool. At BA anagram, at AB it is also an anagram. So 0, 1, 2 will be returned as an answer. Okay, yeah. Okay, so let's code it. Like what we will do for a given string, we will start from first index, check whether this is anagram or not. How are we going to check it? So for a pattern, we are going to maintain an array. Okay, array will be of 26 length. The array is of 26 length, and each index contains whether AB is there or not. Like for A is there, so the first index will be 1, B is there, first index will be 1, and the rest of all of will be 0. Let's take another example. Like if we have D and C as our pattern will be D and C, then the array will be, it is basically count of each character. We just take array this as DCD. Okay, so A0 is 0 B's, 1 C, 2 D, and the rest are all 0. So we will take this and always try to compare whether, okay, and every time we will compare this. So what will be its time complexity? Time complexity. It won't exceed much because every time I'm taking, okay, I'm using this. Oh, it is like sliding window. So we have to use some sliding window. Sliding window means we will take 2, then 2, then 2. Okay. So at first we will update. Yeah. So this is the way we can do it. let's take an example, AB and AB. This is our string, our pattern is again AB. Okay, so at first we will take our first this AB. AB is taken, so we found that it is an anagram. Okay, so we will append 0th index inside result array. This have to result. Okay, now the next we have found this BA. Okay, when we get to the next index, so from here we were at first index, next we went to second index. So in the array, in this array I will, if I will deduct the value, like if A was there. So okay, let's go through the flow once more. I have to make it more obvious to understand, to make you understand. Let's say first step. Okay, pattern is always AB, but we are checking index from A to B. Okay, so AB is taken, which is from index is from 0 to 1. Okay, so if we are taking this, now our array is this is the array for pattern. Okay, this is pattern array. I will also create a string array. Okay, which will only take which will only update the number, the count of alphabets within length of p. Like string array is initially it is 0 0 0. Okay, everything is 0. P array is given like this. I will go from string 0 to 1. Okay, this one. Then I will, my P array is always this. P array will be always this. Okay, but P array will be always this. Now string array will be what I can say about string array. String array will become, here it will become 1 comma 1 for 1. Okay, this one and this all zeros. I should rather add one more element in here. Let's add C also. Now we can visualize it better. That's why I was confusing. Okay, so this is index 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. Yeah, so we are from 0 to 1. We have taken AB. We found that the string array is 1 1. Okay, then we found that this is equal to this. Okay, this is for this. So here pattern array I have to also write. Pattern array is 1 comma 1 0 0 0 0 everywhere. Okay, this is pattern array, this is a string, this is a string array. So the next step we will okay, this is valid, these are equal, so I will take 0 as our result. Now we will go to next string, so BA. So how we are going to go to next string? We will keep 2 pointers in left side and right side. Okay, or rather a single pointer will also work, no problem. And here BA I am at from 0 1 to 2 inclusively. These index are taken. Now string array will be updated to. So what am I doing here is, I will, here it is A, so I will 1 minus 1 is done here. Okay, we are currently we are interested in AB. Now our interest of the substring we are interested is BA, so we have to remove this count. So wherever this is, like we have to go to the S array of A and decrease it to, okay, now this is decreased, and the new one we found is this A. Okay, so again it will get increased. Okay, and B remains same because B is in both of them. So yeah, this will work. Then again AB, it will be same, no big deal. You can, if you are having confusion till now, you will understand it better at this step. Okay, string array is same, P array is same till now. Here string array is again 1 comma 1 comma 0 dot dot dot, and we will here we will update 1 at this step. This will give me 0, this will give me 1, okay, this will give me, okay, 2 is also answer. Now we have to check whether 3 is answer or not. So we are left with the string BC. Here we have taken care of 2 to 3. Now we have 3 to 4. So BC, at BC, what we will do, A is not there, so we will reduce the number count of A by 1, and we will go to C. Okay, so we have already reduced, and what is the element we are adding? So C is added. It will become, I will add C at the third place, and okay, all are zeros. So now our new string array is 0 comma 1 comma 1 comma 0 0 0, and this is not equal to this. So now we can see that here S array is not equal to P array. So we don't have to append it, we have to go on further. So this is the whole algo. Now I'm gonna implement it in front of you. Okay, so this is not that difficult, this is simple question. As you can see, it was like, so just we have to traverse once. Okay, so I'm gonna take one more thing, take this into account. Let's see the constant first. So can P is equal to, okay, non-empty. Okay, both are non-empty. If both are non-empty, okay, so let's say that if length of P is equal to 1, then we don't have to worry anything. Like if length of P is equal to 1, then for I in S, for I in range, let's suppose this is our result array for I in S, range length of S. Okay, could it be possible that length of P is greater than length of S? Yeah, it's also not clear. So we have to take that also, we have to consider that also. If length of P is greater than length of S, then directly return 0. Okay, 0 not, so empty array. Now for I in range of length of S, if S of I is equal to P, then result dot append I, and finally return result. So we have taken care. So the taken care is like P is equal to 0, or length of P is equal to length of P. Length of P is equal to 0 or 1. We have taken care of it. Okay, let's just, here we have taken care of it. Now what if length of P or P is not 0? Okay, and the another case is we have, if length of P is greater than S, both are taken care. Now let's do this. So for I in range length of P, now I will create the array which stores the number of times the, okay, for sheet of length of P, for I in P, for alphabet in P rather I can use, and let's change its name also. It is like alphabet count, alpha count. Okay, this suits better. So for alphabet in P, each control V, okay, and alpha count will be, so we are updating alpha count. So how to update alpha count? Simply it's like convert the not like this. So at first we are going to convert the alphabet into ASCII code, converted it. And if you go through somewhat, like if you want to know that it is from 97 to, like the ASCII code for lowercase letter is from 97 to 97 plus 26. So lowercase letter ASCII code. So it is from 97 to 122. So what we have to do to get the first index, just subtract it with 97, take out 97 from order of alphabet, and just append 1 to it, or add 1 to it. So it is taken care of. Now we have to do same for string. Okay, but only till length of p. So for I in range length of p, okay, string count. So this was for pattern. Yeah, I have to also add that it is for pattern alphabet count. Now let's do the same for string. Okay, 6. So for I in range length of p, again we have to take till length of p. We don't have to calculate for whole array. This S array, this is only till first 2, because length of pattern is 2, and then we will slide the window and find the rest of it. It will be same as this. In range length of p. Okay, so this time I will take I, and S of I minus 97 equals plus equal to 1. So it is also taken care. This is S of alpha count. Now we will do the final traversal through which we will get our result. So what we will do, we will traverse the whole array for I in range 0 comma S, length of S is, I don't know, length of S minus length of p. Okay, we will go till last character, like, okay, 1 second, let me show you. So if we have A, B, C, we only have to traverse till here. Okay, so length of S is 5, length of P is 2. Okay, so we have to travel till 5 minus 2 means 3. Okay, let's see where is 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, we have to take this. So if we want to take this, length minus plus 1. Okay, so we will traverse till that place, and if p alpha count, let's copy paste it. If p alpha count is same as S alpha count, okay, then result dot append I. Okay, so this will be the condition when I is equal to 0. If I is equal to, because we have already calculated it, we don't need to calculate it there. Okay, so we can start it from 0. Let's suppose it is 0 and we are calculating it here now for every index. Okay, yeah, so for I in range length of p, or for I in range this, for j in range length of p, S of I plus j. Yeah, we can do this. S of I plus j. Okay, no, we were right in doing that, because we are updating it now. Okay, we were right while doing this. Yeah, you are right, we have already updated it. So all we have to do is that when if I is equal to 0, then we already have our value. We will compare it from there. If I is equal to 0, then just compare it. Okay. Else we have to calculate. What do we have to calculate? Okay. Else we will decrease s of alpha. Okay. Again, the same thing. We have to when we are at BC, we have to decrease the index of A and increase the index of C. So s of alpha of count of I minus 1. Okay. Of I minus 1. Order of I minus 1. Order of s of I minus 1 minus 97. Okay. What will this give? This will okay. This will give me the previous order. Okay, and I have to what I have to do is I have to minus equal to 1 for this. Yeah, I have to remove the previous from current and add the next to the current. Okay, this was previous, no doubt. So how will we add next? We will go to, so let's take a look. Okay. Here when we will be at this place, we will have 0 1 2 3 3 as our I will be 3. Okay, and it will traverse till 3 plus 3 minus 2. Okay, length of step. Okay, we are here I plus p. Okay, and we have to remove this now. So I, like 3 plus 2 minus 1. Okay, we can take this such that I plus p minus 1. We have to remove this or add this one. Sorry, add this one and then check it. Okay, cool. Now it should work. So I plus p minus 1. Go to that index, find the order, negative it, and then plus equal to 1. And at this place, I have to again check for if alpha count is equal to or not. If it is, okay, why am I adding 2 times? Let's just add it one time. So we have to do this only if I is not equal to 0. Okay. And at this time, if alpha this is yes, then if p alpha count is equal to s alpha count, then return this. Okay, let's run it. Okay. So it is saying one is string and one is int. How could it be possible? I have taken as alpha count as 0 cross 26. Oh, this is p. Shit. I have to use length of p. Yeah, it is accepted. Let's put some more complexity in it. Let's run it on the next test case. 0 1 2. Okay. Okay, let's submit it. Okay, it got submitted. Okay guys, thank you. It's done.